Hey skaters, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. I am Coach Julia, and today I'm going to take you through the process of a little bit of boot TLC that I've been doing this month. So I am not able to wear skates right now because of a calf injury I had in early June. And it's not a big deal, you guys. I mean, I did have to go back to my walking boot, which was, realized I was going to have to wear a walking boot again for a while. I was not pleased, but I'm off of that. I've been going to physical therapy, but since I can't wear skates right now, this is the perfect chance to rebuild my Harlech skating boots. Now, I recently got them back from Harlech. They look amazing. They did a gorgeous job. Let me explain what they did. My primary concern when I sent them in was that they were starting to feel soft. Now I broke them in very carefully so they don't actually look very broken in, but for me they were feeling soft. And with the ankle injury I sustained in 2019 and having screws in my ankle, I really need a good amount of support to feel safe out on the ice. So when I talked to Harlech about this boot rebuild, that's what I wanted to address, just the general feeling of softness. So they did a number of things. First of all, cosmetically, they polished them up and they gave me some new laces. They also replaced the foam padding on the tongue. So the leather is the same leather, but the padding on the inside is brand new. This gives it a bit of new firmness without having to start completely from scratch on breaking the tongue in. You can see all the little nicks and dings are still there, and that's fine. I don't mind that they look a little bit worn. They've been worn for 6 years. The main thing that they did though was opening up the layers of leather on the side. So on the side you can see that there's 3 layers of leather. They opened them up and the interior piece they actually replaced. So these boots were completely separated. The lining was separated from the outside and a brand new nice stiff layer of leather was inserted in the middle and then it was sewn back together. You can't really tell unless you look carefully, but it's given the boots a whole new life and a new stiffness factor on the sides for support. So the next part of this boot repair project is to take them to my home rink, Skate Town, and have these blades taken off, the screw holes refilled so that we can mount a new pair of blades on. So let's take these skates to Skate Town where they are going to do a little bit more work on them. All right, Matt, I'm here with my skates.
All right, good to see ya. What can we do for you today?
We are going to get some new blades put on these today. So screws taken out, the holes filled, and the new blades mounted.
All right, we can do that.
So the first thing Matt did was remove all of those screws so he could take the blades off of the skates. It's interesting, once the blade is off, you can see an imprint on the sole of the skate where the blade was. This is why it's so important to make sure you have good waterproofing on your skates. If your skates aren't waterproofed correctly, then all that trapped water in there is going to break down the sole of your skate and your skate can fall apart. But these have an excellent chem glaze from Harlech, so you can see that even though the water has left residue, there's absolutely no damage to the bottom of my skates. The next thing Matt is going to do is use epoxy and wooden skewers to fill each of the holes left behind by the screws. He's going to trim the length of these bamboo skewers, but then the epoxy needs at least 24 hours to fully cure before we can move on to the next step. Once the epoxy has time to cure, we can then shave these bamboo skewers down so they're flush with the level of the rest of the sole of the boot. You don't want any little lumps where the bamboo skewers were or from the epoxy because this is going to cause the blade to not mount flush with the bottom of the skate. Since this is the second time that blades have been mounted onto these boots, we don't need to do an alignment test. We already know exactly where the blades need to sit. So we can just place the blades right back down on the sort of water residue mark from the old pair. And the holes from the new blades can align directly with the holes from the old blades. So this saves us an entire step. But if you're having blades mounted for the first time, make sure you do an alignment test. I do have a video about that here on my YouTube channel if you want to check it out. So he's starting by re-drilling some holes that the screws will go into with his drill, and then he's going to go back with a screwdriver and fill all those holes with actual screws. Now, while he's starting it with a screwdriver, you don't want to accidentally strip the area, so he's going to finish the job with a hand screwdriver. We still have one more task on this blade mounting project, and that is to sharpen your blades. You might not know this, but skates come with a factory sharpening, which is not really a sharpening. You don't actually want to skate on a factory sharpening. There's not enough of a radius there, and you're going to slip and slide when you get out onto the ice. So once the blade is mounted onto the boot, we're going to do a proper sharpening job. He's marking the bottom of the blade with a giant Sharpie so he can make sure that the entire blade has been properly sharpened and he doesn't have any low areas or high areas. You can see here he's getting the sharpening stone set to the proper radius for my blades. Now he's going in and making sure the blade is mounted level. He's doing a little touching test. He's touching the blade against the stone and making sure that it's even on the bottom. This is to make sure I have a nice level sharpening. And then he's going to go ahead and proceed with the sharpening process. I always love watching those sparks fly. Before he's completely done, he's going to do a couple of checks to make sure that they are level. You do not want to try skating with one edge that is higher than the other edge. So before he's done, he's going to check several times to make sure that the sharpening job is level. I did decide to have one more thing done before I started using these boots again, and that was getting the sides punched out. I generally have this done when I have a new pair of skates made, and since there was a new layer of leather, this was a good time to get them punched out. I have the ankle bones on the inside and the outside all punched out because I've been skating for so long, I have somewhat prominent ankle bones, and this is going to make these skates a lot more comfortable to skate in. If you want information about how you can make your skates more comfortable, I do have a whole video about this here on YouTube. So I just found out that the blades have been mounted. That project is done, and I've been told I can come pick them up, which is amazing. I also just got permission from my physical therapist to go back out on ice, so it's kind of all coming together at the right time. I'm gonna go get them and I'll take you along so we can see what that new / rebuilt pair of boots is like to skate in. You guys, I love them. They feel like new skates. I was right. I told you I thought they would feel like new skates, and they absolutely do. They are so stiff. So I think I'm definitely gonna have to go through a whole new break-in process, which is like, I posted a video about it, like retying your skates every 20 minutes and like working through your skating skills. Because like the tongue is not completely rebuilt. They replaced the padding in it, so I have good flexibility there. But the structure on the sides is super supportive. So as far as leaning side to side, there's like really good support there, which is wonderful, but it's gonna take in some break-in. And then the rockers, oh my gosh. Like, I have rockers, you guys. I have got to show you how bad my old blades were. So these are the old blades. I spent 6 years skating in this old pair. They are MK Gold Star Revolution blades, but they are basically flat because I've had them for so long, they've been sharpened for so long that the rocker is almost gone. In fact, if you look carefully, you can see the bottom of the toe pick is gone. That's kind of normal. Can you see the scuffing? This is years and years of skating here, you guys. Oh, I feel like at first I was really sad the first time I nicked these, and then I realized, you know what? It's a sign that you actually use your equipment. But yeah. So flat. Look at that. There's no rocker there. Thanks for bearing with me on this little project. I'm so happy to be back out on the ice. So excited to be able to skate with you all again. If you enjoyed this video, please do give us that thumbs up. And as always, I'm looking forward to reading all your comments in that section down below. If you haven't done so yet, then hit that subscribe button so you can see all my videos when they come out. Happy skating, and I'll see you next time.